So here we've got a slightly wider crack, hand size, maybe a little bigger. It's gonna be about a number 3 size. So I'm gonna pull out my number 3. You can see, just pulling the trigger, pulls it through its range, and obviously releases. When you pull this cam too tight, you run the risk, if you set it tight like this, you run the risk of getting the cam stuck. It'll still hold, but you might not get it back. And on a big multi-pitch climb, that's a problem because you might need that piece up higher for the crux move. So when I'm setting this cam, I'm typically not going to depress the trigger much further than that. I'm going to eyeball my placement, get a good idea of where I want to set it. Cams are designed to be placed in parallel cracks or in slight pods like that, which prevents them from walking backwards into the crack and keeps them in that kind of pod, in that constriction. So I'm going to take that cam, depress it a little bit, find a good placement. I'm not going to force it, I'm not going to cram it. That's another good way to get it stuck. So just pull that trigger, slot it in, release in the correct camming range, angled in the direction of pull, whether it's for your anchor or a potential fall. So I have this anchor angled downward. And the final thing I want to be really sure to check is that all of those lobes are even. I don't want to end up with some of those lobes much wider than the others. And those lobes on the underside can be harder to verify. So I'm going to take a look. And that looks pretty good to me. This one is both too tight and a little too close to the edge. This cam, you can also see, is tipped out in both lobes and super uneven.